Your brain doesn't hate hard work. It fears what hard work represents: loss of control, uncertainty, identity threat. And every time you hesitate, procrastinate, or back away from something difficult, your brain thinks it just saved your life. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of your struggle isn't laziness. It's your nervous system mislabeling effort as danger. And that single mistake is silently shaping your entire identity. Because every time you avoid something hard, your brain learns, this is who I am now. And that's where things start to collapse. Think about the last time you avoided something important. Not because you couldn't do it, but because starting felt heavy. You knew what needed to happen, yet your body stalled. Your mind drifted. Your attention scattered. Your motivation vanished. So you scrolled, you cleaned, you reorganized, you delayed. Not because you're weak, but because your brain detected psychological threat. Effort threatens your internal sense of safety, and safety is your brain's highest priority. Here's the mechanism most people never realize. Your nervous system does not distinguish between physical danger and emotional discomfort. To your brain, embarrassment, failure, uncertainty, rejection, overwhelm, all register as threat. So when you approach something difficult, your nervous system activates the same survival circuits used for real danger. Heart rate shifts, focus destabilizes, energy drops, avoidance increases. This is not laziness. This is threat response. Which means, when you try to force discipline through motivation, willpower, or shame, you are fighting biology. And biology always wins. At first, here's where things quietly become dangerous. Each time you avoid discomfort, your brain rewards you with relief. And relief releases dopamine. That dopamine doesn't reward success, it rewards escape. So your brain begins associating avoidance with pleasure. Effort starts feeling heavier, comfort starts feeling safer, delay starts feeling smarter, and slowly, almost invisibly, your identity shifts. From "I'm someone who does hard things" to "I'm someone who prepares to do hard things," which eventually becomes "I'm someone who avoids hard things." That transition is subtle, but once it locks in, everything feels uphill. Here's the trap most people never escape. They wait to feel ready before acting. But readiness is an emotional state, and emotional states are controlled by the same system that fears discomfort. So the more you wait to feel ready, the more your brain delays action. This creates the illusion that discipline is a personality trait. It isn't. It's a conditioning pattern. The real shift happens when you stop asking, "How do I force myself to work?" and instead ask, "How do I train my brain to feel safe while working?" Because the goal is not domination, it's reprogramming. And reprogramming happens through micro-exposure, not massive effort. Here's the psychological pivot that changes everything. You don't need to crave hard things. You need to make effort emotionally neutral. Right now, effort feels loaded. It carries fear, self-judgment, pressure, expectation, identity risk. So your nervous system resists. Instead, shrink the threat. Make effort boring, small, predictable, non-dramatic. Not "I'm going to completely change my life," but "I'm going to start before my brain forms an opinion." Because the nervous system reacts slower than movement. Action bypasses fear. Not by force, by speed. That's why the most powerful psychological move is pre-decision. Not motivation, not hype, not intensity. Just simple automatic initiation. When the moment arrives, there is no debate, no negotiation, no emotional discussion. Movement begins before resistance can form. And when you repeat this pattern, something unexpected happens. Your nervous system recalibrates. Effort stops feeling dangerous. Discomfort stops triggering avoidance. and discipline begins to feel normal. Not heroic, not dramatic, just automatic. This is the real transformation, not becoming a machine, but becoming someone whose nervous system trusts effort, someone whose body no longer interprets discomfort as danger, someone who doesn't rely on willpower because willpower is exhausting. Instead, action becomes identity, and identity becomes momentum. But here's the unresolved tension. If effort avoidance is a safety reflex, what happens when your brain starts seeing comfort itself as dangerous? What happens when stillness, distraction, and emotional numbness become threats instead of refuge? That's when everything flips. And that's the shift that most people never reach. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe for more content and future uploads. We deliver interesting psychologies and neuroscience facts in a compact format.